Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, there is here a great sense of expectation. As to universal contentment, the Emirates embraces Arsenal once more. It is a true heavyweight clash.
It'll be interesting to see how these teams will go about things in the knowledge that there's nothing riding on it.
Yeah, maybe there is some scope for experimentation.
Yeah, I suppose something different to the norm. That would be an interesting prospect. It could get combustible.
And now, lining up
Arsenal have gone 4-3-3. Jim, how do you interpret that?
Yes, and the importance of this formation is not to allow the midfield three and the attacking three to become too detached from one another. If that happens, then pressure can quickly be applied via the counter-attack, and you can be exposed defensively. So compactness can't be compromised, and you need talkers in this team. You need leaders and people that are willing to organise things very quickly.
So things are underway. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
David De Gea. He's one of the all-time great shot stoppers.
And the shot! A wonderful effort, all by himself.
Odegaard really showed what he brings to this side there. A fantastic effort, even if the defence seemed half asleep.
Harrison. Odegaard. Looking for the run. Odegaard. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Oh, outsmarting him this time. And it's Odegaard. That is a brilliant interception. Solomon. Oh, some astute defending there. Sends it crossfield. Havertz. It's gone all the way through to the keeper. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Eze. Incapuyi. Arsenal are seeing more of the ball, but still not carrying much goal threat. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Now it's Solomon. Out towards the flank. And it's made its way to him. There's the shot! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, it's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
Incapuyi. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Fagioli. Spread to the right. Saliba. Now he's off and running. And Madueke. And it's Odegaard. And it's Rice. Eze. And he skips past his man. That's going to go a long way.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Pass somewhat off target. And now they can spring out of defence. Well, A goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. Zubimendi. Just 5 minutes left until the break. Zubimendi. Foot in. Whistle's gone, that's foul.
Yeah, he may feign to shoot and just play it into the box.
And here's Ødegaard. He's having a shot! Goal! Arsenal! Arsenal take the lead. And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
45 minutes is number 20, Madrid.
You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now and the other has to tone it down.
And the shot! He's done very well to get to that.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And this could be the final action of the first half. Madrid goes short, and it's White. Goes for a shot! And a neat finish! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! You give him an inch, and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done it.
And that is indeed the final act.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
Well, both half-time team talks will undergo change now. One will be solid, the other needs to be pretty inspiring.
Arsenal are heading into the break, very happy with how it's gone so far. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Undor. Gets a good foot in there. Ødegaard. And the pass is intercepted. He's looking wide. And he's picked it up out wide. Rice. Oh, good-looking ball. Eze. And it's Rice. Zubimendi. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Harrison. What a throw in. He is through here. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Madweke was only too happy to help out in defence.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
He has a look up. Saliba. And it's White. Ambitious ball here. Madweke looking to receive it in space. Well, they could break here. Undor shifted it to the flank. Now Solomon, not the most accurate pass. Rice. Eze. He has found the way through. Defending in numbers, sharp and uncompromising.
Niceties are not part of this approach. This is actually quite aggressive.
And here's the chance to counter. 75 minutes played. Now that's well seen too. Can he latch on to this? Eze. Closing in on goal. Eze! It's off target and by quite a way.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Substitution for Arsenal, number 20.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
10, Eze. Number 5, Incapie. Coming on the field, number 7, Bukayo Saka. Number 19.
That's a look and plays it forward.
Number
strongly
33,
challenged there.
Calafiori.
That is
Substitution.
good alertness. Zubimendi leading by 2, and the finishing line in sight. Trossard gets on his bike and on the move. And here's Havertz. Fagioli did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Gabriel does really well to win the ball there.
Added time.
Rice, they've got to be quick moving this forward.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Arsenal are enjoying their moments of collective uplift. A win achieved with efficiency and certainty, as we've come to expect from them. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Arsenal definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked, whether it was link-up play, running in behind.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Begley.
Hi, Peter. It's great to be here.
Some terrific scenes here in Barcelona. My goodness me, it's made even better by 100,000 supporters in full voice. It is a monster matchup, Jim Begley.
It'll be interesting to see how these teams will go about things in the knowledge that there's nothing riding on it.
Yeah, maybe there is some scope for experimentation.
Yeah, I suppose something different to the norm. That would be an interesting prospect. It could get combustible. In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you could expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements, overlapping, underlapping, Wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right, and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day.
So straight into the action. Dani Olmo! There was plenty of power on that. Diogo Dalot. Burmo. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Bruno Fernandes. That's destined for the flank. In with the challenge. Gavi. Bargi. Menu. Now it's Matheus Cunha. Dani Olmo. And here's the chance to counter. Dani Olmo. There he goes, motoring forward. On this, had a shot! Goal! Barcelona! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Shaw. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Bargi receives it in a wide position.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but with
Lewandowski! Didn't quite get enough on that.
well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Mazraoui.
Manchester United really are one of these sides that pride themselves on their ability to maintain possession.
Shot, surely!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
No, he's overshot the green. Pressing high and with purpose. Gavi. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Over to the right flank. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. João Cancelo. And the pass is intercepted. Bruno Fernandes. That has ended up in no man's land. And it's Olmo.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Burmo. Gavi. Nicely spread. Bargi gets into a good position. Bargi. Good, strong midfield running here. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Burmo. Oh, nicely intercepted. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. And it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Okay, they got hit with that one sucker punch, but I don't think there was much wrong with their overall approach. I think the boss needs to give his team a lift during the break, and they should still be quite buoyant.
Barcelona have made the crucial breakthrough, and they're looking pretty satisfied at the break. And we're already back up and running after half-time. Barcelona currently ahead by the smallest of margins. Garcia is there to clear. That's an imaginative pass. And it's Shaw. Some really good ball movement. Now it's Menu. Now it's Matheus Cunha. Gavi tries to play it through. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical. Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Bruno Fernandes, and he's being shifted off it. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, Peter, if they're attempting to see out the game with such a narrow advantage, there's room for trouble. I just think they're sending out the wrong message. This could backfire.
Menu, you would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
It's about risk-taking and boldness now. Are we going to see any activity from the bench?
Looking to play him in. Casemiro. Shaw. Played out to the left flank. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Aimed beyond the defence. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Now that's a fine challenge.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 19, el dorsal 16. Serán sustituidos.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out.
El dorsal 11. Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Looking for the run. It's played through for him. And he's quick to get rid. And here's Rafinha. And it's Olmo. Gavi.
Barcelona can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
Bruno Fernandes. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. He's found space here.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
And this is Lewandowski. Ferran Torres. And we're done. Barcelona have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific win, however you look at it. Dani Olmo taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, it may be smiles all round, Peter, but it's a game that's given the boss some food for thought. Good result, yes, but they really could have done with making life easier. All it would have needed was just to take another chance at it.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
It'll be interesting to see how these teams will go about things in the knowledge that there's nothing riding on it.
Yeah, maybe there is... Garcia! Goal by Leverkusen!
The goal scorer from Leverkusen after 6 minutes is number 24, Alex Garcia.
Porto are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Now it's Teller. Garcia. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Kivior. Bayer Leverkusen already with the upper hand and looking to turn it into something close to dominance. That's Rosario. Thiago Silva, deftly out wide. And it's Pepe. Throw-in. Garcia. Space for him to turn and look. That's very neat. He's on it. Can he get away? Big chance! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Modern football for you. You get zero time to think on the ball. Take too long. And that happens, it gets pinched.
No, that pass isn't the best. Kivior. Garcia. He steps in, and that's the end of that. And here's Pepe. Skims one in. That should be the goalkeepers, and it is. Quansah. And it's Palacios. And it's Teller. Ronaldo picks it up out wide. Palacios is onto this. Vega. 1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Looking for options for movement. Now, and a chance! He's got away with one there.
Well, talking about creating a problem for yourself, okay, credit to good pressing, but that was entirely avoidable.
Froholt. And Alberto Costa. Vega. Threads one in. Pepe in acres of space out wide. And he's in on goal, shoots!
1 minute added time.
That's a fair try, but just off target.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Quansah. And we've reached half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead, and that gives them something to build on after the break. Bayer Leverkusen leading by 1 at the break.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Bayer Leverkusen just ahead here in a tight game. They are 1-0 to the good. And we're already back up and running. Impressive jump!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Out towards the flank. Good read, needed to be. Palacios. And it's Garcia. Played out to the left flank. Ronaldo. And he's managed to get free. Great chance! Boy, he struck that clean. And he was quick to react. Froholt. Just coming up to the hour mark, and it's still 1-0. That'll be a throw. Alberto Costa, and here's Pepe. And it's Grimaldo. He has found the way through. Teller. And here's Schick. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's approaching that time where you have to decide whether you stick or twist, Peter. I'm inclined to think the latter, but the boss probably has quite a few things which he has to factor in yet, so let's see. Porto really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Number 17, Benfica.
Teller. Bayer Leverkusen are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise.
Well, you can only assume that the manager's got those substitutions on his mind.
Garcia, given the lift of his goal, shifted it to the flank. That is lovely. Forced to go back.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Substitution for Leverkusen. Number 23, number 14.
Ronaldo.
Schick. Coming on the field.
Try to spin that positively. I certainly can't.
Substitution.
Bayer Leverkusen surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Alex Grimaldo puts a cross in. Defending of the desperate variety. Can he spark a counter here? He's got away. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. And it's Palacios. Bayer Leverkusen leading here by this still precarious 1-0 margin. Now this could be a chance. Goes for a shot! And it's been hooked away.
Bayer Leverkusen can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock.
He's having a hit! It's off target and by quite a way.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
He's found a way through. Ben Seguir was in no mood for any of that. That's a good foray he's making. Bednarek. That's at the end. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick, but they have got over the line. Quite a ride. Garcia picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Bayer Leverkusen pretty much coasted this, Peter. Should they have done more to kill it off? Absolutely. But at the same time, you can't say they were overly exerted either. So it's a good result and a clean sheet. A bonus.
Brace yourselves, because for the next 2 hours we are in for an almighty tussle as Sporting and Benfica seek to establish themselves as Lisbon's footballing top dogs. Both teams with a near identical record in these derbies, and this one is far too close to call. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. No question, the #1 fixture in domestic Portuguese football. Everything about it is grand, scale and substance.
Look, the supporters of both sides are known for the incredible depths they will reach in order to show allegiance to their heroes. I know that this is a term that's a bit cliched and overused, but this really is more than a game. It's its place in history, what it represents. Whatever the result, don't expect this one to be plain sailing. We should be off our chairs.
So we're very much on the way now. This easily the most keenly anticipated of today's games. Quenda. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he's picked it up out wide.
Oh, that was one big no-no when you've got a queue formed in the box.
Luca Bacchio. Barreiro. And that was asking for too much. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
Now that looks a decent ball. Now it's Trincao. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
That was good pressing. Forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Quenda, and here's the chance to counter. And he's forced to go back. Now Diomande. De Bast. He shifted it to the flank.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Luca Bacchio. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And it's Dahl. Little pass back. Tries from distance. Off target by a whisker. Now it's Trincao. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. And for the first half, that is that. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, at least the defence can look back on a job pretty well done so far, Peter. I think they've squeezed the play quite well and they've been relentless in their pressing. So the energy levels have looked good.
Well, it has been confrontational, combative, competitive, everything you'd expect from Derby Day. So we are where we began. The scoreline remains 0-0 at the break. Back on the way then. And the shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
It's quite a show he's putting on here. This is excellent work.
And we have our very first corner. Trincao clears it away. Barreiro. And now they can spring out of defence. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Still absolutely nothing to report here, goals-wise. Now it's Luca Bacchio. And he's managed to get free. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. No, he's not played the ball, that's a foul. And that's going to be a booking. That's the throw. Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, Peter, I don't think there's anything tactical or injury-related here. I think it's just all about the push for a goal now.
And he's intervened well there. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Well, I think both teams can help themselves massively with better movement up front, Peter. There's just not enough happening at the moment. And essentially, their job is to find space, and that needs to start happening.
And he can thump it away. And it's Dahl. Very nicely done. Rafa Silva. And the finish! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Substituição para o Benfica. Número 18.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Número 11. Vão dar os seus lugares a
Diomande.
Número 10. Número 9.
Benfica do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way.
Well, the manager's got a decision to make here, whether he's happy to stick or twist. It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that.
So we have further activity on the bench here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
In with the challenge. Otamendi. Rafa Silva. That has been slung wide.
Benfica clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Now it's Rafa Silva.
Listen, it may well finish this way because it's been so tight all the way through, but equally, we might still get a moment of magic, a mistake, or a refereeing decision to influence otherwise.
And he's there to belt it away. And they're quick to get it back. Oh, he's bustling through here. And this is Silva. He's shifting. It's Silva! That was superb goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. All the big boys are set for this. It's like Land of the Giants in there.
He's rising! And oh, he's got that completely wrong.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer, and quickly.
Into stoppage time, and it is still goalless. Not the most accurate pass. So 90 minutes have come and gone. It's going to be extra time. So, that was the second half.
Yeah, neither side has anything to show for some splendid effort, and they certainly aren't showing any signs of easing off, so we remain optimistic.
So here we go then, extra time is coming up. And we are already back underway. That'll be a corner. Oh, it's terribly wayward. Benfica are looking to go forward now. Antonio Silva can get it clear. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Now it's Bruma. Tries to pass it through. Oh, that's nice. Bruma. Oh, well played, well played.
There's nothing more infuriating for a fan than seeing passing without penetration. They're just stuck in a rut.
Big chance! He lifts the roof! Mass euphoria! Ecstasy! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing. So there's the whistle, and we will have a brief break. So 15 key minutes of football still to come. One side will throw everything at it, the other looks to protect a 1-0 scoreline with its life. And the action has already restarted. This really has been thrilling. Both sides going at it, and now for the final act. It's a promising position. Chance, surely! Guillemets. And it's Silva. Oh, just skips past his man. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Nicely spread. He's in plenty of space here. He's picked his way through. Cleared away.
I think we're about to see a frenetic...
So that's it. It is all over. Benfica have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically, preserved the tightest of leads. Barrenechea voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Well, how will we look back on that?
Benfica really were great today. They showed a lot of battling qualities required in a game like this, such as intensity, personality, a gritty spirit. I think this result was well merited.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening.